And here's the thing about people that don't understand about Eddie Murphy Delirious. He was 22.
Yeah.
Like my son is 22 right now. Imagine having a private jet, a red leather outfit, and you just sold out,
Yeah.
2 shows at the Dar in DC. Like, what? Are you
Crazy.
kidding me? And walking back and forth like Elvis, with so much confidence and swag. So
In some cowboy boots.
if I was 15 I was younger. I was 11 watching this kid do that. Just imagine how he inspired me. Like, because his topic, everyone always talks about the topics he talked about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, you got to understand, he's 22. He's 22.
Yeah.
What other experience does he have other than being 19 and a millionaire? And now they want him to shoot a special at 22. It's like he has, this is it. So I think that's why I gravitated towards him so much. I loved Richard. It was deep. I loved it. I loved his characters. You know what I mean? But that Eddie, it was something about that boldness and confidence at such a young age that I was like, I need to be him, man. Eddie Murphy. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but I went to Raw. I went to Raw live.
You went to the show?
I went to it. I was 16.
Wow.
And I went to Raw.
How'd you get
Seattle
tickets?
Coliseum. So back in the day, Ticketmaster was a kiosk. It wasn't this big conglomerate that owns every stage in the world and charges fees on top of everything.
Facts.
It started off as a kiosk, and they used to put them inside department stores. So, you go to customer service at Nordstrom, you go up there, and off to the right would be a little tiny kiosk called Ticketmaster.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's because I'm older than you.
Yeah, but what age or era was this in?
That was like 1984, 85. I remember buying Michael Jackson tickets, same thing.
What tour? Bad?
You go, they pull out these big giant binders. Are they called binders? 3-ring binders.
3-ring binders, yeah.
Yeah, and then they would have the list of the concerts for that month on that binder, and you'd be like Michael Jackson, blah blah blah. And they flip it to the seating chart, and this is how it's scaled out, and you pick your seats. You know what I mean? And but with Raw, I called on the phone, and this is back in the day when the job for anyone that was customer service for a credit card company, their superpower was to whoever's buying the tickets on the phone, you as the person working for Visa had to match the voice to the card. You know what I mean? Because that was their security back then. If you really think about it,
card.
you're like, wait, what's your name again? Josephine Herbert?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll go ahead and approve those tickets.
Right.
You sound like you own that credit card.
Right.
Like there was no security back then.
That's crazy, bro.
Racial
Yeah.
profiling to the
Yeah,
fullest.
they're like, well, what's the security code on the back if you really have that card? Oh, C334. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. $160, Mrs. Herbert. Oh my God, thank you so much.
Right.
Well, I got those tickets on the phone,
You're
bro.
like, yes.
Got there after school, had my school ID, same name as my mom's, Joseph Herbert. Boom.
I'm here.
Got my tickets. And man, and my mom drove me to the Seattle Coliseum that day. And we saw Paul Mooney open for him.
Wow.
Yeah, Paul Mooney opened for him.
bro.
There was this guy that had these Michael Jackson puppets, and they were puppets. And Eddie discovered them on the Arsenio Hall show. And they opened for Arsenio. They did some bit on Arsenio, and Eddie was on that show. And he goes, I'm going to take them on the road. And he took them on the road. And I saw that guy.
That's dope.
And then Paul Mooney walked out. By the way, there was no BET Comic View. There was no Def Jam. Like black comedy was Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Red Fox.
Yep.
That's it. And then there were some underground cats and Cosby. You know what I mean? So that's all we had as far as black comedy.
Right.
So it's like when you saw Paul Mooney, I thought I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because it was raw. It was, bro, if you thought what he said in 2019, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine what he was saying in 1984. And it was genius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had this big pink fedora, the kind that Michael Jackson wore when he sang
talk about the love you saved.
that.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He had that hat.
Wow.
He had this big pink fedora, and he just sat on the stool. Let me tell you guys something. You know,
Went off.
And I'm like 16, like,
Whoa.
White people are the devil. And I'm like, what? You know you
You're
are.
like looking
All
around
of
like,
you. Devil, devil, devil,
Yeah.
devil. I'm like, what? What did he just say? That's crazy. My dad's a devil.
Yeah.
But that was you saw Raw, right?
Yeah,
Remember the big
dude.
red screen?
Yeah.
So it was a
Classic.
big red screen, right? And then he's got the silhouette of
That's when
himself,
he's
right?
rocking purple.
He's
Raw.
yeah. So, but remember the red screen, and then
Yes.
and then the red light, and then he was standing like this, and his black silhouette. Those screens were all on the stage, right? So his opening was every highlight that every movie he
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
every Gumby, butt wheat, all that,
And he
it was
had
just
Beverly Hills
flashing.
Cop, right?
All
Before-
that,
yeah.
it was just flashing, like
That's
all
dope.
these, everyone's just
Montage.
laughing. Yeah, the montage. Then bam, they all turn red, and he's standing behind it, bruh.
That's freaking superstar.
Bro, this is in
Yeah.
80. I can't remember the year. Let's just say 86. Bro, let me just tell you, bro. Can I curse?
Of course.
I think all 15,000 people at the Seattle Coliseum took a shit at the same time.
Yeah.
Just,
Yep.
because there was no internet. There was no YouTube. Like what we were
There was no
witnessing.
cell phones
There's no
recording the
cell
shit.
phone. It was literally like, what is this? And then he's just right behind it. That screen pulls up, and then he walks out in just 2 hours. And I remember sitting there looking up into the rafters, like, yo, this is godlike. What is going on right now? Like, I couldn't believe it. And then fast forward to me selling it out. I sold out that same arena. I did it 2 times, and I sat in the same seat. Like the way I scaled my seats in that arena was the same way he scaled his.
That's dope.
And my son was with me, and we sat where I sat when I watched Eddie. And and I'm like, now I'm looking at my stage. And I looked at my son, I go, I want you to know I was sitting right there watching Eddie.
That's right, y'all. It's Taboo Nawasha, and I hope you enjoyed geeking out with me and going straight into geek mode. For more information, for more videos, subscribe, like, and comment. Share with your friends. Much love. There it is.
Comics and kicks.